So for the last couple of years, I've been obsessed with mountaineering videos, mountaineering documentaries, anything involving climbing any of the 8,000 meter peaks. I've just been super interested in that whole world. I think it's something about pushing your body to the limits for no reason other than to say that you did it. So last week, I was in Guatemala. I was there for a wedding, and it was super nice. It was honestly a very beautiful country. I didn't expect beautiful nature, beautiful animals, and I was staying in a town called Antigua, which is surrounded by volcanoes. So a day after the wedding, or a day before the wedding, I decided that I was going to hike up a 4,000 meter volcano. It's pretty common in this town to do it, and I was thinking it was just kind of going to be a nice scenic hike with some nice views. You know, you get to see the volcano explode or erupt, rather, and I was thinking it was going to be a walk in the park. So I go ahead and embark on this 10-hour hike up to 4,000 meters, and it wasn't quite what I expected. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Especially when we got up to the top, a mom actually slipped and almost fell off. It was probably like a meter from death. And at that moment, it hit me. I was like, oh, right, this isn't just a hike. You know, you're also risking your life up here. Like, we were above the clouds. It was really cool because like horses were bringing up everything, all the waters, and like it's really cool how they run that whole operation. But at that point, we were watching the sunset, super beautiful, and I started to get really cold because when you're not moving, when you're up there, it's freezing cold, and I was getting really, really cold, and I started to shiver. Alongside me being cold and alongside me seeing someone almost fall off, that's when it kind of hit me that I was like, damn, I'm 4,000 meters off the ground right now. I need to get down. And I was kind of starting to worry. And I was really just trying to go home. And somebody that we were climbing with, who's like a pro climber, he has like a bunch of followers on Instagram. He's kind of like a travel blogger. He was getting altitude sickness and he was like throwing up. It was really, really sick. And, you know, we were making our way back down. And when I started to move again, I was getting warmer. But this guy was getting really, really sick. And we had to stop every 5 minutes because this guy was going through it. He was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can keep going, like the whole way down. And it made this couple hour stretch coming back down significantly longer. And when I say I was exhausted not when you're like, you know, you had a long day and you're tired. Maybe you went on a run earlier, maybe you went to the gym and had a great workout and you're exhausted. I was I had nothing left. And I just kept on pushing. And eventually I got back to base camp, which is crazy that there's a base camp at this 4,000 meter volcano. But, you know, I get back and I'm trying to go to bed and I get this cough. I'm like, it's like from the heart, you know, it's one of those heart coughs. And it felt like my heart was tired. Like my heart felt like it had worked too hard. I thought I was going to get sick. But our guide told me that it's because you get 40% less oxygen or something. So your breaths, you're not getting as much oxygen to your blood, and that makes you cough. Like if you watch any sort of mountaineering documentary, you'll see that. And I was getting this cough, and I was having a terrible sleep. Somebody in my cabin was like a chronic snorer, and I had to keep waking him up. I was like, bro, you need to stop. He's like, man, I can't. I'm like, you know, I remember thinking to myself, damn, I'm really just I really just wish I was in bed, like at home with my dog, you know, in my comfy bed right there. But I wasn't. And I went to bed. I woke up the next morning and I saw an incredible sunrise. And it was so beautiful. Like sunrises are so different when you wake up when it's dark and you watch the sky get bright and the sun come up. It's absolutely beautiful. And I really saw some of the most beautiful views, met some of the most beautiful people, and I made just like fantastic memories on this, even though it wasn't super glamorous like I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a walk in the park of a hike. And despite my brain telling me like, oh, you need to go home, this is not fun, when I got back, everything that I did, I was like, it's almost addicting. Like I kind of want to do a 5,000 meter one or like a 6,000. Like I'm not actually going to do that because I know that's like you need to train for that stuff. But I guess sort of pushing my All right, I got to replace the sticky tack, so that's going to be down for the rest of the video. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. Anyway, so I found that pushing your body into these extreme discomfort kind of almost reminds you that, oh, you got to live a little bit. You know, you got to, I was so far outside of my comfort zone that my mind was like, bro, you need to get into bed. Like, you need to just be playing chess on your phone, which is like a new thing that I'm super addicted to. It's almost like a new social media. Me just playing chess on chess.com on my phone. I honestly love it. I love the game, but, you know, my brain was telling me like, just don't, like, you need to stop. You should have stayed home. Like, this is not fun. This is not fun. But it was such an experience just pushing my body and my mind. It's more so your mind because, like, you know, it's really hard on your muscles, on your legs, but you know, you can do it. It's more so like a mental aspect. Like you can do a 10-hour hike, no problem. Like you're going to be tired, but it's more mental. It's like, do you have the willpower to keep going? And I found a lot of joy in that. And, it kind of makes me want to continue doing these like extreme things. And I think that everybody has their thing that pushes them outside of their comfort zone, like a crazy amount. And we need to prioritize doing that a little bit more. You know, obviously it's not like, you know, I live in Toronto, so I can't go climb a mountain. We don't have mountains here, but any chance that you can get that's like so obscure and different and challenging, I just think you need to do many mental challenges in your life because you learn a lot. Like I felt like I grew a lot from just climbing this volcano for like a day, you know? And I found it funny because my brain was telling me like, go on your phone, like just chill at the cabin, chill at base camp when you're there, just like relax. But I just kept going. I sought out to do the higher, the more difficult hike, and I just kept going. And it's like, we need to get out there more. We need to get out there more in the world and see what the world has to offer, I guess. Like, see what you have to offer, because we're so used to just sitting at home and chilling and, you know, watching movies and doing the easiest stuff. We're not actually pushing ourselves. We're not pushing ourselves to grow. We're not pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, because like that's when you grow the most, is when you want to stop but you keep going. Like that's how you learn the most about yourself, and that's really how you're going to grow in this life where everything is just kind of given to you. Everything, like life is almost telling you to take the easy road all the time. It's like, oh, it's easier if you don't do that, or it's like, oh, you can do it this way. We're always trying to take the easy route. But something I really liked about, I guess, mountaineering and hiking is that there's no easy route. It's either you do it or you don't. And you can really, I guess that's kind of like a life lesson. Like you got to either give it your all or don't do it. And I think we would all choose to give it our all if we had the choice. Anyway, yeah, it was crazy experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this, like the videos that I took. I took those videos like knowing I was going to make a video about it. But man, put the phone down. Go get out there in the world, like whatever it is, your thing. It doesn't have to be climbing. It can just be like doing your thing. Whatever that is, prioritize that for a bit. Prioritize it for a little bit. And yeah, I know I took like a little break, like 2 months. I was just kind of chilling, doing other stuff, but I'm back to uploading. So if you liked the video, drop a like, drop a sub. I appreciate you all. Go get out there in the world. Peace and love.